Glory to Jesus Christ.
Glory to Christ.
When Christ, our life, appears, you too will appear with him in glory. Well, that means you have about 10 days. 10 days till Christ appears in glory. Are you ready to appear in glory with him? That's what we're called to. Now, I think we all recognize at this often stressful time of year that getting ready to appear with Christ in glory is a very tall order. And we see how tall an order it is in what St. Paul says. He says, put it all to death. Don't mess around with the junk. Put it to death. Passion, evil desire, stress, preoccupation, jealousy. It could go on and on and on. Put it to death. Why? Because as the gospel says, it's almost dinner time. It's almost dinner time. What time is it? It's almost dinner time. Blink and we'll be at Christmas. Put the junk to death. Let it go and get ready to appear with Christ in glory. St. Paul says, put on the new self, which is being renewed in the image of the Creator. Let Christ be all in you. Let Christ be everything. Forget the junk. Forget the stress. Forget the sins and the hassles and the problems. It's almost dinner time. And there's an invitation with your name on it, with my name on it, and please God, we will all respond to that invitation. We will be there at that banquet, not only on Christmas Day, but at the banquet which in heaven, which Christmas Day prefigures. Wouldn't it be awful if in our preparation for Christmas we end up missing the nativity? Don't let that happen. Don't let that happen. We all have that invitation with our name on it. But it doesn't come in our mailbox. It comes here. And like so much of the junk mail that comes at this time of year, it's like throw that, you could miss it. You could miss that invitation to stop and look upwards and recognize that there's a celebration about to begin, that you could respond to that invitation. Because all junk mail costs the company that sends it out something. Maybe even quite a bit. But the invitation to the banquet, the invitation to this wonderful dinner, it cost him his life. It really is a golden invitation on real gold because it cost him everything. We have to make sure that we don't miss it. So sometime over the next 10 days, I'm pretty sure each of us will receive that invitation to get ourselves ready. Not to put Christmas first, but to put nativity first, so that we can be at that banquet and not be like those in the gospel that came up with excuse after excuse after excuse. Now, we listen to the excuses that these people come up with. They're all fairly reasonable. We have to admit this. I've just purchased a field and I need to go and inspect it. I've just purchased 5 yoke of oxen and have to try them out. I've just married a woman, so I can't come. All this is very reasonable. But as my favorite commentator likes to point out, don't give excuses to God. This is what he says. It is not dislike to the gospel which is so much to be feared. It is that procrastinating, excuse-making spirit which is always ready with a reason why Christ cannot be served today. Let the words of our Lord sink into our hearts. Infidelity and immorality, no doubt, slay their many thousands. But decent, plausible, smooth-spoken excuses slay their hundreds of thousands. No excuse can justify a man in refusing God's invitation. Let us not be like those in the gospel who gave excuses. Let us make sure that we come to the feast. And what a feast it is. St. Athanasius puts it like this. Oh, brothers and sisters, what a banquet this is. How great is the harmony and joy of those who eat at this heavenly table. They enjoy food that produces everlasting life. Who will be considered worthy to be in that group? Who is so blessed as to be called to and counted worthy of that divine feast? Blessed is he who will eat bread in your kingdom. Who is so blessed to be called to and counted worthy of that divine feast? You are, and I am. We're about to come to the feast of divine bread. We're all called to the feast of the Nativity. We're all worthy of that invitation to that wonderful banquet. Let us make sure that in spirit we are there. We might only have 10 days, but we do have time to get ready. We do have time to renew our focus, to redirect our lives, to redirect our hearts and our thoughts onto him. And when we do that, we are in the position of the servants in the gospel. We have heard the invitation. It's also our job, your job as well as it is my job, to go and invite the poor, the maimed, the lame, to go and invite anybody and tell them there's a feast that they are welcome to. That's our job as members of the church. That's our job as people who want to respond to the Lord's invitation. We've also got to bring other people because there are so many empty seats at that banquet. So this Christmas, as you prepare yourself, maybe invite someone else to come along with you, because he is almost ready to appear. It's almost dinner time. Let us be ready to appear with him at the banquet of indescribable joy, this nativity. Glory to Jesus Christ. Amen.